No more blinking now. Keep your eyes on those lights. Here we go. RXR with a lot of wheels still on left-hand side of the grid. Timmy Hansen moving across to try and shut the door. Gets into the rear corner but can't get there. Tomorrow Molinaro's taken an alternate route. Definitely you ride on board now. Being P2, Timmy Hansen looking at the back of the RXR machine. Oh, big sideways on the way in. Hansen looking up the inside line, going to get alongside here. Just might hold on if they get up to the next waypoint. Can't quite do it over the bumpy section there. Runs wide. RXR up onto two wheels, comes back down though. Andretti United has slotted into P3. That was an amazing start.
Yeah, Molinaro doing a brilliant job managing to get the car, but look, Hansen's gone wide right, trying to take an alternate line to try and make up time, and he has done that really well. Coming round through the inside, he moves for the move on Christopherson. There's got a lot of contact here. There's not room for two through here, really, so it's going to have to shuffle out. Who's going to come out in the lead? That's the question. It's still Christopherson, but right alongside him, it's Hansen. They are battling for it down to the next marker point. Who is going to get this? What a fantastic battle. Oh, wowzers, look at that, a big bump, the back kicks up on both cars, but really aggressive for Åhlin-Kottulinsky now. Is Hansen going to go for it here?
He's still right in behind. Is this going to be the moment? Takes an alternate line. Hansen goes off to the right-hand side, comes into gate 21 from wide. It's a great move by Timmy Hansen. The exit speed is there, spotted a line on the way in and nails it on the way out. Look at the look on his face, full concentration, full send. He gets on the inside. This is the move. Hansen slots out to the right-hand side. Those markers in the background are not waypoints. They're just a warning of the bump coming up the inside. I'm sure that's a move we saw Christopherson make yesterday as well.
So just a reminder, they come into the switch zone. They'll have to switch over with their teammates. Then they'll have to wait 45 seconds. That's the total time that they must be in that switch zone for as a minimum. Yeah, this will be the moment if he wants to go in tight on waypoint 3 and maybe slingshot and go through on the inside. You can see him using the handbrake, just pulls it in. They go level, side by side. Christopherson gets past Katie Munnings. There is nothing she can do.
She's on the brakes on the inside. Christopherson looks to the outside. He goes on the handbrake, gets to the inside. And we're like, okay, mega, and then, no, Katie, it's now when you realise, you see suddenly the gap just starts to get bigger and bigger.
Scheider looks to the right, can't get through quite yet, gives it a little bit more juice, through waypoint marker 9, he is through. Meanwhile, at the front, Christopherson uses hyperdrive, extra 5 seconds of boost power. And he brings it home to be the first person through into the finals, and once again, Rosberg X Racing showing how dominant they are. There we see the Excite Energy Racing team. They are coming through to take the finish. They will be the second team through into the finals. So she comes in almost a minute down, and we know that's not the standard of this Andretti United team. She shakes her head.
Genesis Andretti United are out from semi-final 1. Molinaro and Scheider for Excite Energy Racing go through with RXR, Christopherson and Åhlin-Kottulinsky.
We are green. Let's go racing in Sardinia for semi-2. It's a really good start from Acciona Science. They go alongside X44 to the right. JBXE have gone wide. They take the alternate line, but just look at the fighting. It is going to be Hansen who goes out. Science, Loeb, we're on board now. You can see Acciona Science have got the lead there. They are easing away from X44. They're both on the left-hand side. The rejoin, in they go. Kevin Hansen's done a great job to slot himself into the middle of that. This is going to be a real battle. Well done for JBXE down to turn 3. You can see the extra long side as well with X44 going wide. They're hoping to take extra speed in. It's a rough ride down there though. So who makes it to turn point 3 first? All three are almost together.
Liat Sands bullied Loeb offline off the start line. She's now getting bullied out of the way by Kevin Hansen. Great pass by him, but even better awareness to know that Loeb was out wide coming in. So you see Kevin Hansen to come down to the start of the Continental Traction Challenge. If he's out front here, he might use his hyperdrive, try and go for the time. And Loeb up the inside, on the brakes, into the mud hole. Liat Sands going around the outside, now going to repass him, is she? Side by side through this section, we were on board with the drone. Now you're on board with Kevin Hansen.
Yeah, Kevin Hansen's got that lead, but what's happening behind him? That's the question. There is Sands. She's in the car just in front. It is Loeb. He's managed to get through, but I tell you what, she wants to keep up the pressure, and they're coming into the switch zone now. Look how much speed Loeb's got coming in there. Can he even get it slow to 30 kilometers an hour? I think he did, but that was tight.
I think he might have gone through the markers, Jenny. You're dead right. He was fully crossed up. Liat Sands is coming in fully crossed up too. So Sainz came in, they came in a full 11 seconds behind X44, and they're leaving in front of them. So some sort of an issue in the switch zone for X44, Sebastian Loeb and Cristina Gutierrez. Left-hand side is green, Heda Hozas trying to hold on and make it through to the final on a proper debut in Extreme. Here she is for JBXE. What's the gap back to Sainz? It's 9.4, so Sainz has halved it. The grin is starting to come up on the Norwegian's face. Heda Hozas is going to come down and take victory in semi-final number 2 for JBXE, for her and Kevin Hansen. That is an absolutely fantastic result. Åhlin-Kottulinsky, Sainz, Carlos Sainz couldn't catch her. They come through for P2, but the big story, Jenny, X44 are not going to make the final. So Loeb and Gutierrez for X44, they were third in the championship standings coming here, and they've not made the final. Sainz and Sands were P2 in the championship. They are going through to face off with championship leaders RXR, but I think the biggest result there, Hansen and Hozas through to the final.
Eyes to the left, eyes to the right. And we're green, we are racing the Neon McLaren, getting a decent start, and look at Al-Attiyah, he's getting away in the Ant Cooper, storming into the lead. On the right-hand side, though, you can just see there is a battle going on there, and it looks like there's a crash down there.
McLaren have gone over Emma Gilmore. There was contact between her and between Sarah Price. Gilmore got sideways, and McLaren have rolled for the second time in 2 events. On board with Emma Gilmore, so she's alongside Sarah Price here. She gets a tap into the undergrowth sideways. It's not the hardest roll. It's not the first impact was semi-hard. The second one, not so much.
GMC Hummer EV Chip Ganassi Racing Team hunting down the Apt Cooper XE team. Price versus Al-Attiyah.
She's got round Jenny, so Sarah Price is facing the wrong way. Lance Woolridge going to come through. She's going to block the track.
Reverse.
Through the barriers on the inside. Woolridge, how did he make that work? He may have hit the waypoint, but I don't think he had any choice. It was that or collect Sarah Price. Yeah, and here comes the Veloce. Watch for Woolridge. Look, he buries it in the bushes on the left-hand side. He doesn't hit the waypoint marker. It's the continental sign. So Woolridge did a great job.
What happens? Woolridge has gone wide.
He's gone the wrong way. They're handing this to Al-Attiyah. Woolridge went the wrong way.
We have seen issues in the switch this week with people not quite getting it right. We've seen early releases, late releases.
Oh, the Cooper machine moved and has then... Too late. If she's moved and then stopped and then gone again, she'll get the penalty. She might as well have just gone, Jenny. I think Kleinschmidt's gone early. Kyle Leduc gets up past alongside Christine GZ. Can she hold on the right-hand side? No, Leduc is through.
Good job from Kyle Leduc. Dispatched the Veloce team of Christine GZ. Woolridge setting them up decently, but not quite enough. 125 car is under investigation for a drop flag at waypoint 6, but not switch zone.
But if it's a drop flag, Jenny, that's 10 seconds. The gap's only 15.5. So Leduc now, if Leduc gets within 10 seconds and that investigation is correct, if the flag was dropped at waypoint 6, they would win the crazy race and go through. Coming down towards the finish, she takes the win, but will it be enough? Is the GMC Hummer going to get there in under 10 seconds? Because if he does, I think it will go Leduc's way anyway. Coming down to the finish line now, he crosses the line. It's under 10. I think that will see Leduc and Price go through to the final.
And Christine GZ just plying on the handbrake, just trying to slow that car down. It's going to be good, isn't it? The starting grid for the final race, as you can see, Excite Energy, RXR. Then we have JBXE, Åhlin-Kottulinsky Sainz, and number 99.
Good start by Kristoffersen. Scheider moving across him already. It looks like Sainz has gone into the lead on the outside. Hozas drops into P3 on the right-hand side. She's got alternate line. Scheider's used his hyperdrive. So Scheider's used the hyperdrive to try and get an advantage. Out on the right-hand side of your picture, Carlos Sainz is leading Kyle Leduc. Watch for the merge here. Who's going to come out in front? Oh, contact! Massive shunt! Massive shunt! I think that's Kristoffersen into Sainz. One car over, that's a wheel off. Carlos Sainz is upside down. I think Kristoffersen there came from the outside line. The front corner's missing from that car.
Race and Kristoffersen bold there, really bold field, but we'll just try and get this car around. It doesn't matter how aesthetically pleasing it is, just got to get there. So Christopherson out in the lead, Leduc chasing down in that Hummer EV, then it's Excitinity, JBXE, the battle is on at the moment. Hostas has spun, yep, she's gone spinning round. It's going to be a mountain to climb for the JBXE team. She's just got to try and calmly bring it home, but that science crash, I think, probably gave her a little bit of a rattle. So red flag, no. Now, neutralised race. We know that Carlos Sainz is being seen too.
Sorry to interrupt you, Jenny. Carlos Sainz is out of the car. That's brilliant news. Great to see. So he's on his feet, he's taken his lid and his hands device off. The car is a mess. Carlos being seen to by the medical crew. He's obviously in some discomfort. There's Laya Sands.
And they're starting.
So yeah, Åhlin-Kottulinsky with that 4.8-second lead.
Sarah Price trying to get that Hummer EV Chip Ganassi racing car, just trying to pull the gap back. What can she do against Åhlin-Kottulinsky? What can Molinaro do behind them? And Hansen right at the back of this, just trying to close the gap as well. It's a mountain to climb, but can they do it? Åhlin-Kottulinsky doing a really good job as she comes towards the finish. You can see the car. It doesn't look nice, it doesn't look pretty, but they won't care about that. Style awards mean nothing for them. It's all about the points. It's all about extending their championship lead, and that's what they are driving to do.
First ever podium coming up as well for Chip Ganassi Racing. That's some reward for them. They'll be all set for the weekend. Carl Leduc looks a little bit disappointed. They're only 5 seconds back from where they were. I think it's a good result from Sarah Price that'll build their confidence ahead of round 3 this weekend.
Excited done a brilliant job as well. Look at Molinaro bringing the car home. This is a team that had never made it through to the final. Their first dual appearance together. And my word, good job from them.
Well, shortly afterwards, it wasn't all smiles because RXR were pulled up in front of the stewards and they were given a 30-second penalty for that contact between Christopherson and Sainz in turn 1. So Christopherson, you can see coming in the distance from the left-hand side of our picture. There's the contact. And we go on board with Carlos Sainz. It's an absolutely huge impact. The car goes over. So Carlos Sainz, we're hearing, is undergoing further medical investigations. Initially, it looks like he's okay, but if that 30-second penalty stands, Chip Ganassi Racing will inherit their first ever win in Extreme E, but it all depends on whether or not RXR disagree with the stewards and want to make an appeal. Join us in just a couple of days' time as we go racing again in Sardinia and try and pick the bones of just what happened in Turn 1.